You want to know how to properly poop scoop a yard? You have come to the right channel and the right video. I'm Erica Crouppen, and I'm the owner of Crouppen's Poopin' Scoopin', a dog waste removal business. I've been in business for 6 years, and I want to show you how I poop scoop a backyard from start to finish, so you are able to do this in your business and be efficient and have very happy customers. The first thing is when I'm getting ready to go to a house, I'm going to pull up my Jobber app because this is how I communicate with my customers. This is how I'm going to route to the customer's house. It's going to have all the customer information in their customer profile. I'm going to send the gate photo. I'm going to let them know I'm done with their scoop, all the things. So this is where we're going to start first. This is what the Jobber app looks like. I just go ahead and click it on my phone, and it's going to bring up the calendar. I have a dummy account created right now because I run a real life business and I don't want my customer information out there. So we have Theodore Tester. This is going to be an initial cleaning. So I want to show you what this looks like. If I had multiple jobs, they would all be listed in order because I do that ahead of time on the desktop, but we're just talking about the app right now. So this is an initial cleaning, and this person's going to continue with a weekly scoop, and we're going to be scooping the backyard. That's very important to know because you want to make sure that you're scooping the right area. I have scooped the wrong area before, and it's just bad for business, okay? All right, let's go back to the app. So we're going to click on the information. Up here, it's going to say who it's for, what we're going to put in the line item, what the service is. Here's the address. We want to make sure that we're going to the proper address. Directions. This is where we can use our maps to be routed to the house. When we arrive to the property, we're going to click start timer. When we complete the visit, we'll click that. But we want to check our instructions. We want to check our notes. It's an initial visit. It's a big and small dog. The trash can is in the driveway because we don't haul the waste away. We leave the waste in the homeowner's trash can. So it's very important that we know where this trash can is. I want to know what this home looks like. It's a 3-story house on a corner. Service area is small and it's a mini clean. So we know it doesn't matter if I'm going into the property, if my staff is going into the property for their first time, they feel fully educated that they know what's going on in this property. And this is why I love the app. Okay, so we're gonna pretend like we just finished up the previous house, and we're gonna go over here into the text messaging feature right here, and we're gonna send this homeowner a text message letting them know that we're on the way to the house. We don't wanna surprise them. Good morning, comma, this is Erica on my way to scoop, period. Send that text message out, and then we will route to the property. We arrive to the property, and now let's go get ready to scoop this yard. Now there's 4 items that I think are vital for having a dog waste removal business. You need to have your bucket, you need to have your pooper scooper rake, your trash bag, and your sanitizer. I like the 13-gallon drawstring trash bag from Sam's Club because I feel like it holds snugly onto the bucket. Now I'm going to show you how I like to put my bag on my bucket. I pull the string. All right, cool, we got our supplies. We know where we're at. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to scoop this yard. We're gonna go through the gate. What I personally like to do is I like to whistle or make some type of noise just so if there is a dog in the backyard, they're aware. Look around, no dog. This gate right here has a bungee cord on it, and see how this latch is not latched very well? This is not a secured gate. This is a safety hazard right here. So if, say for instance, we don't put this bungee cord on when we leave, the dog gets out, the likelihood of us getting blamed for the dog being lost, the dog getting hurt, or something happen is gonna fall on us. So we wanna make sure that we're documenting this and we're communicating with the customer that they need to fix their gate because this is a safety hazard for their dog. And this is actually quite time consuming. Like as a service provider, this is incredibly inefficient. Honestly, this customer is a red flag already. This would be considered a small yard. This is 1/8 of an acre or less, and this is a 1-dog scoop. This is an initial clean, mini clean. So that means it's been a few weeks since this yard has actually been scooped. So it's gonna take a little bit more time than what a weekly or reoccurring service would. And during this scoop, I'm gonna wanna take notes. I'm gonna wanna know, is there specific areas? Like, is the dog just pooping over here? Is the dog just pooping in this area? Or is the dog pooping just over here? If there's hot spots, I'm going to want to document that. Sometimes dogs poop along the perimeter around here, so we could do a perimeter walk. Me personally, when I enter into a backyard, I like to just start scanning the perimeter. I don't want to go clear across the property. I basically start where the gate is. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to start walking a straight line. While I'm walking, I'm taking my eyes and my rake and I'm scanning back and forth. I'm not looking over there for poop. I'm not looking over there. I'm looking basically up until here. So we're scanning back and forth, we're watching where we're stepping, we find a pile of poop. Now, some people might think that you need to go, can you see my hand? Yeah. Some people might think you just need to go like this and rake it in. You could do that, but the technique I like to do, I like to hold my rake with my hands like this. I like to hit it from the corner and scrape it in. And then I do a little jingle back and forth. We're going to keep our passes nice and tight. This is going to be our first pass. Now, if you're taller or you're stronger than me, you might very well want to use a different type of rake, but this rake works good for me. It's $5. I got it from Lowe's. Did we discuss uniforms? I don't think we discussed uniforms. So when I go to a property, I want to look nice and professional. I don't want to show up and people not know who I am. That's the reason why I like to show up in a branded vehicle in my company colors. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I have this super cool vest on. It says who we are and how to get in touch with us. And it has lots of pockets. I love pockets. So the amount of poop that's in this backyard with one dog, I'm going to say this has been about 2.5 weeks worth of dog poop, I would say. Maybe 3 weeks, depending on the dog. And I like these poops because they're pretty close together. They're not traveling poopers. They're big, and they're like this one right here. This one's a little runny. So I want to show you how to scoop a runny pile. So what I like to do is I come in from the side and I give it a little flick. If you were to kind of go through and try to rake that, it would have been an absolute disaster and you wouldn't have been able to get it all up. You have to use a good technique. And I also want you to notice that when I'm going back and forth, I'm stopping right here because I will get off grid. So I'm going to do this section first and then I'll move on to that portion of the yard and clear that. So I ended exactly where I wanted to end, which is good news. So now, because I was going this way, back and forth, how I'm going to clear this property, I'm going to go in the opposite direction. So we're creating a checkered-like pattern. This is going to give us a double check in this yard to make sure that we're doing an excellent job. That went well. It's like I've done this before. Okay, this is getting a little bit heavy for me. I have tendonitis in my wrist and in my elbow from all this poop scooping. So I'm gonna change this bag out and then we will go take care of the other side of the property.
You missed one.
My poop bucket's kind of full. I'm gonna show you how I wanna take the bag off the bucket without getting poopies on my hand. I like to pull from the side, pull it here, pull this drawstring right here, and pull it out. I never touch that bottom drawstring because that bottom drawstring is probably going to be poopy. Okay, so we're going to go overhead and we're going to scoop this other part of the property over here. Now, as you can tell, pan over here, please. There is snow on part of it. The reason why it depends on like how the sun hits too. With the fence, if you check over here, see how the fence is, that casts shadows with the sun. So that's the reason why the snow isn't melted during this time of the season. I want to go a little slower with you. We'll walk through this and I kind of want to explain some stuff. I move a lot faster. We usually are in and out of a property like this in 15 or 20 minutes. But for the sake of the video and for educating you and making sure that you are set up for success, I want to move a little bit slower, okay? So come on, let's go do this. So see this pile right here? This has been covered up in the snow for quite some time. Hopefully it's not frozen to the ground. Let's see. It's a little bit frozen to the ground. So what I like to do is I like to give it a little kick. You can use one of those cultivator rakes, but they're heavy and I don't like the way that I don't like the way it feels. So that's why I just continue to use this rake and my feet. So when you're scanning the yard and you're dealing with snow, I want you to kind of show this right here. You need to be very aware and mindful that some of the piles are going to be covered. So you want to pay attention for stuff like this. This is actually quite difficult to scoop in for the untrained eye. This dog is eating good. Oh, and look at this. I missed this pile on the first pass. And you might be like, Erica, why do you hit your bucket so hard? Some of you guys in the comments write that. I don't know why. I'm not really too sure. It's just what I do. For you guys watching, how do you not smack your bucket? You tell me. Here's another little tip. You see how the bag is trying to blow out of the bucket? You can turn it into the wind and it keeps your bucket or keeps your bag in your bucket. Pro tip. Oh, see that little bugger right there? We almost missed that guy. But I got the shark eye, so I'm able to see it. Well, it seems like this dog likes to poop all over the yard. There's no hot spot. It's just everywhere. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get the piles that are hidden underneath the snow. We'll just have to get those on regular, reoccurring service. Now, if this was a one-time clean, I would have to let the customer know and say, hey, listen, there's snow back there. I can't get everything. I can only get what I can see, and set that expectation with the customer to let them know so they weren't dissatisfied with the service that I provided. But that's also something that you have to have written in your terms of service. You have to set those expectations with your customers. So if you see this area right here, it's pretty junky, you know, and there's bicycles. This lets me know that this family, this person has kids, which that's our ideal customer. It's a mom and dad. They're both busy. They got kids. They got other things to do. Clearly, they need some help around here. So this is exactly who we want to target when we're looking for our ideal customer. We also want to look on patios because smaller dogs or dogs just in the winter months will actually go poop on the patio. So we want to take a scan through the patio. We'll come over here, look around. Be aware, don't look in people's back windows or side doors just because it's a little weird. So we're going to go ahead, we'll do a little scan, make sure we're good, make sure we watch our heads. We don't want to smoke ourselves, end up knocked out in the backyard. Awkward. All right, so this yard's good. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my Jobber app to make sure there's nothing that I missed before we head out of this property. And if you have a second bag and you had to take bags out, don't forget to take your bag out of the backyard. Do not leave it in there. I've done that before. It's not good for business. We're going to fasten this gate as best as we can. Like I said earlier, this is not a good gate. This is not very safe. Nice and tight like that. I mean, as tight as I can get it. I would like to have another one here. So either I'm going to bring another bungee cord, or I'm going to have a conversation with the homeowner and say, like, we need to do better about this. Okay, that's fastened. And then I want to take my gate photo, because we send a gate photo to every single customer after their service has been provided. And we upload this into Jobber and it timestamps it, so our butts are covered. I also like to show them how much poop I pulled out of their backyard, because they're going to be surprised at how much was actually back there. And then I'll send them a picture of that as well. All right. Because we don't haul the waste away, we're just going to put this double bagged inside of the homeowner's trash can. But that wasn't a super large clean. That was considered a mini clean, so it wasn't really that bad. It just took a long time because we were talking, you know. Let's go ahead and sanitize this rake and do what we need to do in Jobber and get the heck out of here. As for sanitation with your supplies, you can use a variety of different things. When I first got started, I used bleach, but now I use 256 cleaner, top performance, and I'll go ahead and link everything that I can down in the description. You need to dilute it out on the back of the bottle. It tells you exactly how to dilute the product. I put it in a spray pump like this. You just have to be careful during the winter months. If you leave it outside, it will freeze, so make sure you're taking it in. But I just use the spray. I do pump, and I spray down the poopies. So we're done with that yard, which is really nice. Nice and clean. Everything's looking good and thorough. We close the gate. We scoop the poop. We put the poop in the trash can. Everything should be good. We're going to be into their job right here. We're going to scroll down to where it says job forms. Right here, we add this onto it. It says your gate has been closed and secured, not filled. We'll click that. We're going to hit these three little dots. Hit send and save. We're going to send an email. We'll scroll down to attach file, select this. If you're at the gate and you want to take a picture, you could do that. Or if you took the picture, you can upload it from your phone. Either way, it's cold, so that's the reason why I did it the way that I did it. Choose photo and video. Select the photo that you need. Wait for it to attach and hit save. Make sure that it uploaded. You hit send email. Now your customer has gotten a picture of their closed gate, which is perfect. And then because this is an onboarding visit, this is the first time we've been to this property, I need for my staff to communicate with the office, letting us know like what happened in this yard. So everything is very organized and detailed inside Jobber. So on the onboarding form, it's like confirm the house description, confirm the size of the yard, confirm where the trash can is, the size of poops. Does this property have a gate? Because if it doesn't have a gate, we're going to remove the closed gate photo, you know? Makes sense. Any instructions or challenges to be aware of, any specific areas to pay attention to, any specific communication requests. And then right here, we want you to ask the customer to put a yard sign in their front yard, because yard signs are really important for route density. So in here, it's they agreed, they disagreed, or they didn't respond. You fill all that out and hit save. And then it says that it's updated and completed. And then I come over here, I hit complete visit. And then whatever from here, we could talk about that another time. Then we come over here to the little message. You have been scooped, comma, gate is closed and secured, period. Have a wonderful day, exclamation mark. And then they can respond back here too. They could be like, all right, great, thank you so much, exclamation mark. Cool. All right, I know that was a kind of a long video. I know that probably was time consuming. And if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. And you should be so proud of yourself, because this was probably long and painful. But now you know how I service a property from start to finish.